Dan Ullman, Mike Beer, the DRF.com Formulator Race of the Day for Friday, May the 26th. It's the opener at Belmont Park, and it's a guessing game known as two-year-olds on the turf in May. 5 furlongs on the turf to be exact. Let's take a peek at this field. Head on over to the Race of the Day event page on DRF.com. Download those free Formulator past performances. Very valuable in a race like this with all the pedigree and trainer information. And handicap along with us as we take this field in post position order. The number 1 is Rudy's Boy. I know you like experienced two-year-olds over first-time starters. Rudy's Boy is the most experienced horse in the race with 2 runs. Not great runs on dirt, but 2 runs.
Hasn't run that great. In his 2 dirt starts. There is some hope that he could do better on turf, though. I mean, first of all, I don't know how much I really care about his 2 dirt starts. The first one, it looked like he was maybe trying to get out on the turn a little bit. He showed a little more speed last time, and he totally gave way on a wet track. But to me, he's more bred for grass. His dam was a good turf horse. He started out a career a lot like this horse. Couldn't run at all. But got it together as time went on. Won her turf debut. Eventually won a stakes race on the grass. This horse, my only concern with him right now is, besides the fact that you have to worry he can't run, he might want to go a little further than this.
Right.
I don't know if I want him as a 5 furlong horse, but I think he will run better in this race.
I like the midshipmans on turf, too. He's winning with 14% of his first-time turf runners. Like you, I think this horse is going to run a little bit better, and he's going to be a price. He's 15-1 on the morning line. The number 2 is Sid Finch. Now, Sid Finch only sold for $8,000 at public auction, but George Weaver does very, very well with first-time starting 2-year-olds on turf, and Sid Finch has some turf pedigree. Yeah,
Dad was a pretty good turf horse, all 4 of her wins on the grass. This is a half to free and clear. I think she won one of the stallion bred, New York bred stallion bred races on grass last year. So there's turf pedigree. I like the big brown sprinting on the grass too. Weaver is good with his 2-year-old sprinter. He's not great overall with turf sprinter, first-time starters on turf sprints, but he's good with his 2-year-olds. But all of his wins are at Saratoga. None of the wins at Belmont.
He's going to go for 7 at Belmont. Big Brown, 12% winners with 2-year-old first-time starters, 10% overall with first-time turf runners. The number 3 is Bada Boom, who goes out for the dangerous Mike Maker barn. This horse was beaten a country mile in his career debut. He's by Justin Phillip. This is Justin Phillip's first turf runner. But he's a half to a couple of stakes-place black-type horses on the grass.
There's turf on the dam side, if that does anything for you. I don't know how I feel about the Justin Phillip on the grass. He didn't strike me as a horse who had a lot of turf pedigree. And we'll see what happens. Maker's a very good trainer.
Number 4 is Morrison, and he is by The Factor. Now, The Factor, one of those hidden turf stallions by Warfront, a really prolific turf sire. The Factor really didn't run much, if at all, on the grass during his career for Bob Baffert. And while The Factor is only 9% with 2-year-old first-time starters, he's 31% first-time turf, and Morrison's a half to a good stakes-placed turf sprinter, I think.
Yeah, a lot of good things from The Factor as a sire. He's a good one. We'll see what. And you know the other thing about this horse, this Joe Sharp, is he's pretty good with first-time starters. This horse, if I was going to take a firster, it'd be either him or we're going to get to one in a minute here. Like, come on, it'd be one of those two if I was going to take one on top.
Morrison originally sold for $35,000 as a yearling, and then that price went up to $90,000 when he went through the auction ring a couple of months ago. The 5 is Hemp Hooray, one of 2 first-time starters in the race for trainer Wesley Ward. Hemp Hooray is by Artie Schiller out of a big European female family.
Yeah, the dam herself couldn't run very well. The second dam was a really good turf horse, going longer though. This horse half the weekend in Malibu, a good synthetic horse up in Canada, and I don't think did too much on turf. There's enough pedigree here if you want to take a Wesley Wood first. His record's just not great with these horses in New York.
$40,000 weanling purchase, Hemp Hooray. Artie Schiller, 9% with 2-year-old first-time starters, 12% first-time turf runners. Fast Boat's the 6 for trainer Christophe Clement, who does very well with these kind of horses, by a prolific stallion in City Zip. 17% winners with all 2-year-old debut runners, 14% with first-time turf runners. This horse seems to be working quickly. I wouldn't be surprised if he can run pretty well.
I thought maybe seemed like the right first-time starter if you were going to try one, if only because there's a little pedigree, and you can just count on Clement, man. He has these horses ready to go.
Jose Ortiz takes the mount for Clement. Of the Ward first-time starters, I'm not sure I want either one of them. The 7 Arawak might be the preferred one, simply because he's by Uncle Mo. $200,000 yearling purchase. Uncle Mo, 19% winners. 2-year-old debut runners, 14% first-time turf runners. Dam's a half to Sir Bear, who could step on turf, but was mostly a dirt horse. I look at this pedigree and I'm saying, Wesley, why turf?
Yeah, I agree with that, and working on turf too. So I don't know. We'll see what happens with this horse. I didn't really like you. I don't want either of the Ward firsters, but if I had to take one, I guess I would take him.
Number 8, Walk and Talk, has racing experience, showed brief speed against New York breds in his career debut. I like the strolls on turf. He was a turf force, 14% winners, first-time grass runners. Dam won on turf, has folded turf winner. I just wasn't thrilled with that debut, and I look at the pedigree, and it's okay for turf, but I don't love it.
I like it way more for turf. I'll just say this: the horse had to get something out of the first start. Showed a little speed, chased the pace, got tired. To me, it's way more of a turf pedigree. This horse, I think he's another horse like the one we talked about down on the rail. This horse is going to run better in this race.
Let's take a look at our top selections for race number 1 at Belmont Park. Kicks off the 50-cent pick 5, and I thought I was being clever. Apparently not. Mike Beer's being clever as well. He's going with the 1, Rudy's Boy. Experience counts, a little bit of turf pedigree, and best of all, a very good price for a very hot trainer in David King.
All the reasons that I wanted to take a shot with this horse.
1, 6, 4, and 8 for Mike. 1, 4, and 6 for me in your formulator race of the day. If you're playing the Friday Belmont card from home, please sign up for DRF Bets. New subscribers that head on over to drfbets.com/VIP are eligible for a $300 bonus and lots more. Approximate post time for the opener at beautiful Belmont Park on Friday, 1:30 Eastern. Good luck.